Greetings, family. Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. I'm your host, Unc Rosinson, and we're going to have some fun tonight um, with Professor Bay, How to Sue Politicians. I want to thank all of you for being born. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for being on the show. Uh, Islam Timothy L. and Dwayne Johnson, Hotep, Natasha, greetings. So let's begin with our classic opening, starting now. Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. Success is your destiny. Love, wisdom, power. Remember, always who you are. Yes, yes, I am. Love, wisdom, power. Yes, yes, I am. Love, yes, power. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Love, wisdom, power. Yes, yes, I am. Love, wisdom, power. Master. Yes, I am. Yes, love, wisdom, power. Yes, I am. Say to yourself, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Master. I am. Yes. Okay. I was working on a last couple of days. I was working on a magnesium bangle. I gotta turn off the phone. I was working on a magnesium bangle, family, and I could actually feel soreness in my thumb. Those who are into massage, this is called the thenar eminence. And what I had to do is go back to using one of my early magnet massage discs. And I just want to show you what it looks like. It's acacia wood. And I got a green screen, so that's why you have the visual distortion. I have this is acacia wood with a neodymium magnet and orgone in the inside with the logo. And what I was just doing was rubbing my hand quickly over my thumb area to create something called magnetic induction. And the North Pole, biomagnetic North Pole, when doing that, it gets rid of pain, inflammation, swelling, and the stimulation. So my hand feels better. So I got to share that with you because I haven't really pushed this on the market because I've been focused so much on the crystal technology. But this is the ABCs. Before you get into like crystals and everything, you really want to have a good understanding of the basic principles of magnetism because everything gets very easy. I want to acknowledge Kyle, my brother Kyle. Yo, family, we got geniuses in the audience. All of you are definitely like up and coming Jedis. Brother Kyle is incredible. He was showing me a picture of his chair and a stool that he had designed that didn't require any glue or nails. It fit together. It was a pressure fit, and it had like 20 different pieces. But when it came together, it was this smooth, symmetric. I was like, whoa, brother, that's a lot of work. And I'm not even going to tell you his technology that he used to create these amazing chairs. But we got to have him on the show. So I want to give a special salutation to Brother Kyle. He's a high-end pre-scientist. Okay. Lady of the Palace, greetings and welcome. To Polo Bay, Islam. Everything is everything. Richie Rich. I want to thank everyone who's listening. I'm still rubbing my hand with the magnet. So without further delay, let's do the opening. And let's start with reading about our ultimate sacrifice, with which is literally our monkey mind. Everything requires sacrifice. So, yes, I am ready to surrender, sundance, and sing into my heart, to burn my selfish ego in all its ugly ways, cast aside all my fears into the liquid flames of passion living within my fiery heart. Cast away my monkey mind ego. Let it bubble, boil, and burn into funky, smoking ashes so my heart and soul fly free. Yeah, this is the medicine path. Yes, I am ready to free fall and die, to sink deeply into the sea of love within my heart. Burn, ego, burn. Die, devil, die. Let my heart be free so my heart and soul can fly. So let's just let go and flow. Yes, I am forgiving all living souls from my past lives. Yes, I am asking all living souls from my past lives to please forgive me. Yes, I am forgiving all living souls in this life. Yes, I am asking all living souls in this lifetime to please forgive me. Yes, I am ready to surrender and totally let my mind just die, offered as the ultimate sacrifice into the burning flames of love living within my heart. I will relax, free fall, witness my chicken head, monkey mind fears blow bubbles and drown into the sea of love within my heart. Yes, I am ready to dissolve into the warm water of love. Exhale all my ego fears through my breath and inhale the sea of love within me. And with that being said, I want to acknowledge our ascended master ancestors. I like to acknowledge the forces of nature. I like to acknowledge the angels. Enoch the Ethiopian, I ask in the name of love, please be present. I am in me, I am in you. The listening audience, I am in the sea of living life, in the ocean of existence. We individually and collectively call upon Archangel Metatron to be with us on this show. Archangel Michael, angel of protection, please surround, protect all our friends, families, and loved ones. Archangel Raphael, angel of healing, please provide healing where healing is needed to all our friends, families, and loved ones. Archangel Gabriel, angel of strength, please embrace and strengthen us and have the fortitude to fulfill our life destiny. Call upon Archangel Chamiel, Camiel, Archangel Seraphim and Cherubim, Ilegba, Oshun, Yemaya, Ologun, Oya, Shango, Ochosi, Ogun, Obatala, Olodumare, and all of them live inside of me, inside of you, because we are the sea of love. In the past, the future, and the present. And I ask, Ascended Masters, thank you for all that you give and keep on giving to all of our audience tonight, now and in the future. May they be blessed by calling upon your assistance, our big brothers and sisters, Melchizedek, Enoch, the Ethiopian, Elijah, Mother Mary, Black Madonna, Sanat Kumara, Yahshua, Seraphis Bey, Kathumi, Akhenaten, Imhotep, Ptahotep, Shroom Master, Kalindi Aye, Shroom Master Dr. Sabi, Shroom Master Dr. George Washington Carver. And yes, I'm going to say Shroom Master Harriet Tubman, Shroom Master Chief Geronimo, Shroom Master Chief Osceola, Shroom Master Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, Shroom Masters Chief Seattle. To all our shaman warriors, colon South African Zulu shaman Credo Mutwa, our indigenous sorcerer Don Juan. We call on Quetzalcoatl. Be with us tonight, please. Saint Germain, Nikolai Tesla, Wilhelm Reich, and family, Saint Germain, get the book called Unveiled Mysteries and the Magic Presence, where Saint Germain guides a man into the mountains of Northern California, into the hollow earth at Mount Shasta. That is one of the major openings into the earth's interior, where the average person ages at 1,500 years. So, special salutations to Saint Germain, special salutations and gratitude to Nikolai Tesla, special thanks to P.B. Randolph. I might have said his name before, but there's more. We got to keep on growing. And thank you for being born, my brothers and sisters. You are the masters. You are the future. And we say together, Ashe. To all the Buddhas and all the Krishnas, thank you. To Lakshmi, thank you. Heteru, thank you. Aset, thank you. To the acacia tree that Asar lives in, thank you. And we say Ashe. All right, let's get busy by calling our brother, Professor Bay. He's got some goodies tonight. So let me call him right now. I got to disconnect my phone because it's electronic.
You got a text message.
Oh boy, okay. Hold on, family. Let me call Professor Muhammad Bey. And while he speaks, I should set up the plasma balls so that he can, his voice will radiate with the Tesla technology. Professor Bey, can you hear me? Okay, hold on. Let me turn the volume up. Oops. Okay, hold on. No, I got to shut this technology off because it's distracting the transmission. Speaker. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, so you got the floor, brother. We did our basic opening. Now it's your turn to do the opening. And let me just set up the mic. Hold on. Let me set this mic up right.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get that. I want to see if we can get the plasma ball kicking for you. Because I believe there's some kind of electromagnetic amplification of your voice. Hold on 1 second. Family, this is today's show. How to Sue Public Officials and Make Them Pay. Lock them up by Professor Bey. All right. Professor Bey, you got it. The floor is yours.
Thank you once again, my brother Hank. I appreciate that, family. As you know, I had a few days I was down, but now you know, good man never stay down. So I'm glad I'm back, being able to come before you again and give you some words of inspiration. Let's get into the prayer and then we will go into that, okay? Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. I bear witness that there is no deity but Allah. I bear witness that there is no deity but Allah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Hayya ala salah. Hayya ala salah. Come to prayer. Come to prayer. Hayya ala salah. Hayya ala salah. Come to your good. Come to your good. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. La ilaha illallah. There is no deity but Allah. Hayya ala salah. Come to your good. As-salatu kahiram min al-ni'am. As-salatu kahiram min al-ni'am. Prayer is better than sleep. Prayer is better than sleep. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Peace be upon thee and Allah's blessings. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Peace be upon thee and Allah's blessings. All right, family. Thank you for listening. I'm going to read something from the Quran and the Bible, and then we get into the subject. I'm in the Holy Quran in the book called Muhammad, which is my middle name. And I'm in the 47th chapter, Surah 35, 36, 37, and 38. And be not slack so as to cry for peace. And you are the utmost, and Allah is with you. And he will not bring you deeds to naught. The life of this world is but idle sport and play. And if you believe and keep your duty, he will give you your reward. And he does not ask of you your wealth. If he should ask you for it and press you, you will be niggardly, and he will bring forth your malice. Behold, you are those who are called to spend in Allah's way, but among you are those who are niggardly, and whoever is niggardly against his own soul. And Allah is self-sufficient, and you are needy. And if you turn back, he will bring in your place another people. Then they will not be like you. Now I'm going to Surah chapter 50. It's called the Qaf. Section 1. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Almighty Allah, by the glorious Quran. That was verse 1. Verse 2. Nay, they wonder that a warner has come to them from among themselves. So the disbelievers say, this is a wonderful thing. Section 5. Nay, they reject the truth when it comes to them. So they are in a state of confusion. Now, that was the Quran. Now I'm going to give you something from the Bible, Ecclesiastic, chapter 7, verse 11 and 12. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and profitable to those who see the sun. Verse 12, for wisdom is a defense, as money is a defense. But the excellence of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to those who have it. Now, bear with me, family. Now,
take your time, brother. It's Friday night.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I'm in Ecclesiastic 5, verse 19. As for every man to whom God has given riches and wealth, and given him power to eat of it, to receive his heritage, and rejoice in his labor. This is the gift of God. 20. For he would not dwell unduly on the days of his life, because God keeps him busy with the joy of his heart. All right, family. We're going to get into the subject matter now. And I want you all to pay attention, because you all are going to learn about your real government officials. So please pay attention. Brother Hank?
Yeah, I'm right here, brother.
You got the first one up?
All right. I was waiting for your word.
One of 8.
All right. You actually got 9. So what I did was the introduction, I made it 1. Okay. So
what?
That says bonds, claims, and liens on public officials.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up first.
Okay, good.
So, and it goes all the way. You know what? I got to say right now, Professor Bay, the way you chopped that up was excellent. It fit perfect on the screen so that everyone can read this now and in the future. So
thank you, sir.
That the segments are perfect. Do your thing, brother.
Thank you, sir. Y'all thank Brother Hank for that, please. All right, we're going to get on into it. Now, the first thing you all see up there is Title 42, USC 1981, Equal Rights Under the Law. Now, the 14th Amendment is codified under Title 42. This is coming from the Ku Klux Klan's Act of 1871. Did you all hear what I just said?
Say it again, brother.
The Ku Klux Klan's Act of 1871. Now, that was also the year for something else that they brought forth. That was when the United States Corporation was born, called the District of Columbia, doing business as the United States Corporation. What a coincidence, huh? Even though I don't believe in it. The Ku Klux Klan devils were attacking us, our women and children, and burning us at the stake. At one time, these Klansmen were the public officials. If you watch some of the old movies, you would have the mayor, sheriff, or banker was the Klansman. The original Klansmen were in politics positions as Democrats and Republicans. Did y'all hear that? Pick your pick. Less of the two evils. So they got you running around here today. You saying I'm Democrat. And then the other one over there, the other fool, saying I'm Republican. So you see, they had the Klansmen on both sides. But not the poor white trash. Y'all have heard that, the trailer trash. Now, the Klansmen, the Klansmen that you are looking at today in the robes are the poor white trash. Remember, when they created the Constitution of the United States, the Caucasians took over the government and changed it. They they changed the federal government and the Confederation. However, we remained in control of the states. They later came to take over our states. This is what the Senator Benjamin R. Pitchfork Ben Tillman of South Carolina was talking about in his March 23rd, 1900 speech before the U.S. Senate, passed by the Senate on June 8, 1866. That was the year Noble Drew Ali told you had already had your civil rights. And there was no need for a 14th Amendment when you already had your rights already. Now, and ratified 2 years later on July 9th, 1868. That's when they brought in the 14th Amendment. I just told you in 1866, you already had your rights. That's what Noble Drew Ali was talking about. So 2 years later, they brought in that 1868 14th Amendment, granted citizenship to all persons born or naturalized in the United States, including formerly enslaved people, and provided all citizens with equal protection under the law, extending the provisions of, as a 14th Amendment citizen, you could not get true representation in the House of Congress. Why? Because the original Klansmen were in political positions as Democrats and Republicans, lynching us with hoods on their heads to not be identified.
That's deep, brother.
Now, so the question asks, which one are you? You see, I remember something Malcolm used to say. Democrat and Republican and Dixiecrat, all of them are the same. Every last one of them. And now you want to be that, but you don't want to come back to be the true Aborigine Moors that we are. And let me say this. You see all these foreigners who come here today? See, if the warring was still going on between us and the Abions, none of them wouldn't want to come here. And then they tell you that lie. Well, we all, I had to leave my country to come here and blah, blah, blah. I was suffering. Bullshit. You were not suffering like we were suffering. You only come here now because the smoke is clear. But when we was getting them damn ropes put around our neck, burned to a stake, well, none of y'all here. You wouldn't have even came here. So I don't buy that notion. You get my point. Everybody want to come here and get the free ride now. And that's why the state allowed immigration to set up in the states. And the state went ahead and allowed them to do it. That's why I told you your state sold you out. Now everybody can come here and get on the bandwagon and say, well, I come here because I was catching hell in my country. Well, we were still warring on this land, you wouldn't even want to be here. Let's be honest. Today, Hank, I'm on 2 of 8.
Okay, you ready for the next page? Hold on.
Yeah, they start with today.
Yes, I got it. It's posted.
Okay, thank you, sir. We ain't gonna rush this tonight. We gonna take it smooth and easy. You ready?
Yep.
Today, they are more sophisticated. They took the hoods off their heads, and now they are posing as state troopers. Look at it now. Judicial clothing, attorneys at law, mayors, and bankers in suits hiding behind uniforms and state legislature. So, you wonder why you and I have a difficult time in court. We must analyze past history to see if it's a continuation of today. See, you know what the saying say. Those who fail to learn from history is doomed to repeat it.
Facts.
Let's see if this is the case today. Let's see. If you have a mortgage, and we go on that mortgage thing now. Debt pledge. You are considered an indentured servant. I hope you all heard that. If you have a mortgage, you are considered an indentured servant. And you're probably saying, well, what they talking about over there? Indentured servant in colonial Virginia were men and women who signed a contract, also known as an indenture or a covenant. Covenant means agreement, contract agreement, by which they agreed to work for a certain number of years in exchange for transportation to Virginia and, once they arrived, food, clothing, and shelter. If you have a title, you are considered an indentured servant. Several hundred years ago, there were no such thing as a mortgage or title to property. Now you probably saying, what is he talking about? Just keep following along with me. Mortgage and title are used as a weapon of warfare on you to steal what rightfully belongs to you. When the Europeans say those people of color, they are hiding and do not want to acknowledge your national identity. Moors, Aborigines. There is no national identity as African, American, Black, colored, or Negro. No such thing. All of those are considered misnomers in law. That's why you don't get no justice when you go into them kangaroo courts. Now, what immigration put a proposal together to label you and I as Black, colored, or Negro because they are getting paid. This is why the state allowed them to do it. They went to the Office of Management and Budget and issued a proposal, and it was passed. So when you get the application, you will see it in there. It does not matter where you are coming from. You are not seen as a Jamaican, Haitian, African, or Trinidadian. This is what you call a classification of white supremacy put together by a white supremacist. However, we are one national people. This is how they divided and conquered us. Did you know that your birth certificate was printed on banknote paper called the American Banknote Company, coming out of the Bronx in the early 1900s? Yes, I did say the Bronx of New York. It is a banknote that goes to the Department of Commerce. You need to do a Freedom of Information Act to the Department of Commerce requesting your birth certificate. I don't know whether you'll get it, but you can request it. You only need to write down the serial number, name, and date of birth.
Wow.
Now, stay right there on that, Hank.
Okay.
Now, I was telling you all about the mortgages. I want to bring you all back to something. And I did a show on this. You all can write this down also. It's called the Homestead Act of 1862. The Homestead Act of 1862. Now, it says here, we are supposed to be obtaining land through an act going back to the Abraham Lincoln's administration called the Homestead Act of 1862. So please write this down in your research notes. Why are they using mortgages as financial warfare against us as people? We fought for our freedom on this landmass called Morocco. It was not Abraham Lincoln that did some emancipation proclamation to free you and me, Aborigine Moors, to this land. It was a way of taking our freedom and rights away to our land called Morocco. We fought our freedom for everyone on this earth, every damn body. I just said earlier, even the ones who come here not seeking what they call a freedom. Take a look at the immigration laws that allows others to come in to our land called Morocco. If we were still fighting, no other people would want to come here. This is where you and I must know history. The saying has always been that we brought you all from Africa into the Americas. The Americans Colonization Society, 1816 through 1964. Please write that down. The American Colonization Society, 1816 through 1964, was formed in 1817 to send free African Americans to Africa and Haiti as an alternative to emancipate in the United States. In 1822, the society established on the west coast of Africa a colony that in 1847 became the independent nation of Liberia. Now, this all came under James Monroe. That's one of your presidents, who they named Monrovia, Liberia, because Congress created that as a new state, a way of sending us away from our land here in Morocco, because Liberia is the only country that flies the U.S. banner. It's not a flag, it's a banner, called Old Glory in red, white, and blue, because it was created by the Congress under the American Colonization Society, designed to put all Aborigines out of their land so all Europeans could occupy our landmass called Morocco. This exodus had nothing to do with us because we were already home until new invaders had come to take our land. You have heard the song that says, "This land is your land, this land is my land." You heard that song. So they came up with this new legislation under the Emancipation Proclamation of Lincoln, and this brought about the Homestead Act, 1862. Now, you have to be 21 years of age. They had to be 21 years of age, registered the land for a small registration fee. After 5 years on the land, the original filer was entitled to the property free and clear, except for a small registration fee. And this means you will have the land for life. Title could also be acquired after only a 6-month residency. Let's listen to it now. And trivia improvements, provided the claimant paid the government $1.25 per acre. Y'all, you all kidding me? $1.25 per acre. After the Civil War, Union soldiers could deduct the time they had served from the residency requirement. So this means they were never this means there were never any mortgages. So the whole mortgage scheme was to steal our land even if the mortgage is paid off. But you still do not own the land as an Aborigine more. So you see, this is what they have been doing to you and me. This is why I was telling you about mortgage is warfare. It's not what you think it is.
Wow.
I hope I made myself clear. Hank, we going to 3 of 8.
3, yep. It's posted.
Thank you, sir. Look at what they taught us in grade school. Listen to this now. They taught us that noun means person, place, or things. Do y'all recall that, right? All words are verbs. Why would they put the word person in the same category as place and thing? Place is dealing with real property. For example, when you go to your house, that is considered a place. It is classified in real estate as real property. Things are personal property. Again, why would you put the word person in the same category with place and thing? It is because they wanted to make you property. They removed the feminine A, which is persona. You have a persona, which is a character. Persona in Spanish means feminine. That's what persona means in Spanish, feminine. They have made it gender neutral. When they created the word noun, it was where you can start bringing in transgenders and homosexuality. No, y'all didn't hear me. I'm making you think about it now, huh? When they created the word noun, it was where you can start bringing in transgenders and homosexuality. Why this is because a noun is gender neutral. Remember that there is not such a language as homosexuality or transgender in Arabic, Hebrew, Latin, and French. No such thing. So, in all these ancient languages, it does not exist. And this is considered taboo. Person definition. In general usage, a human being, by statute, however the terms can include firms, labor organizations, partnerships, associations, corporations, legal representatives, trustees in bankruptcy, or receivers. This is fraudulent conveyance of language, according to Title 18, USC 1001. Fraudulent conveyance is a transfer of property that is made to swindle, hinder, or defraud or delay a creditor, or to put such property beyond his or her reach. These Europeans are codifying the language as a weapon of warfare. I hope you all get that. Let's take a look at the word contract. Con mean bind, and tract mean land. This is what the European does. I am only saying born to educate you on this. Born means to abort. Once a baby is born, they take the baby footprint and put it on paper first before the baby even gets a chance to put its feet on land. They got to put you under the corporation first, called the United States Federal Corporation. In Latin, just soli means birthright to the soil. This is why I say you can never be born into a corporation. So, they have already claimed the child by putting the wet ink on the child's feet and stamping it on security paper. Furthermore, when a woman goes into labor, she is considered to be having contraction. They are simulating her to create what they are creating. When the baby comes forth, she is tying the baby to the land, because when the baby takes its first step, the baby is stepping on a tract of land.
Damn.
Okay, let's go to number 4.
Posted.
Thank you, sir. You see, when they took you and I, and Mom, she signed that birth certificate, they took us from the land and put us into the corporation. This is what this is talking about. See, the only way they could ever do business with us is through fraudulent conveyance, contracts, warranty deeds, titles, and all that stuff. All of that is no good for us. This is why I'm having you all to do what you're doing now. Taking that property and putting it into a trust. Everything is in trust. Y'all got to understand that. If you steal off 14th Amendment, you're under the trust of the United States Corporation. called the United States or the United States of America. You're under their trust. And guess who put you under that trust? Abraham Lincoln put you under that trust when he did the Gettysburg Address. See? But let me go on. Now, in our ancient system, the way we got land was through marrying a woman through inheritance. Yes, brothers, that's what I said. Marrying a woman through inheritance. The ideal of the European was to buy and sell land. In our ancient tradition, there were no such thing as buying and selling land. This should now make sense to you about having a so-called mortgage. If you have your land with no taxes, titles, or deed on it, you just live freely like a bird. But now they have you under deed, title, insurance, and tax, which all this makes you and I indentured servants. The word deed in itself means indentured servant, or performance like a good deed. See, performance like a good deed. You do a good deed. And that performance means property taxes, pay water bill, light bill, cable bill, or phone bill, which are transmitting utilities. You all getting the point now? They're on your land. And what that old saying you always say, hey, the landlord and the...
Yep.
They got you the tenants, and they're the landlords now.
They got the landlord thinking that he's a tenant.
Yep, exactly. Thank you, sir.
And the tenant think he's either a Democrat or a Republican. While they whacking you over the head with a sheet over their head.
Thank you, my brother. Article 1, Section 9, Clause 8. I want you all to listen carefully, because I heard a brother was reading this to somebody, and he didn't quite understand it, what he was really saying, but I'm going to read it to you. No title of nobility shall be granted by the United States. That means the corporation can't grant you title of nobility. And no person holding any office of profit or trust under them, I just told you, you all are under the trust, shall without the consent of the Congress. When it says without the consent of the Congress, what they're saying there means you don't need their consent, except of any present emolument, office, or title of any kind whatsoever, from any king, prince, or foreign state. Once you have declared your nationality of name, race, and national, you are provoking Article 1, Section 9, Clause 8 of the Constitution. Any one of the titles of Ali, Allah, Bey, Day, El, that you are declaring as your free national name would be your title of nobility. You and I don't need consent of the Congress to declare your nationality. That's what that means. You don't need their damn approval or consent. I hope you all are following, family.
Woo!
That's what that means. That's what that means. See, the brother, he was reading all over it. He didn't get the punchline. All right, Hank, we're going to go to 5 of 8.
5 is up.
Now listen to this now. You remember Megan Marley, who married that white boy over there in England?
Yeah, that's recent, right?
Did Megan Marley get consent from the Congress to take on the title of nobility when she got married? And since she was a 14th Amendment citizen, also she declared no nationality. She didn't declare anything. Risk management. All states and counties have risk management. They have bonds. All municipalities sell bonds. Now you can purchase a bond for a certain amount, and there is a certain amount of interest you can get on that bond. What you are doing is loaning the municipality treasury the money to receive interest in return. You must have collateral in order to write a bond, and you must be a broker and licensed to underwrite bonds. How to get someone mortgage bond to their house? You must do a securitization audit, but to me, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do this in order to get the mortgage bond. Secondly, you take the QSEP number and look it up on Fidelity. You can open up an account with Fidelity. However, there are things you can say and there are things you cannot say because you are not licensed and you are not a broker. For example, when you get on the phone with a Fidelity broker, you say, well, I have a QSEP number and I'd like to purchase a bond. You must use this disclaimer to tell the broker. The broker does not know you have a QSEP number to the birth certificate or the mortgage bond. And that's one there I know called Enid and Wash. Let's go to the next one, Brother Hank.
That's page 6, family.
Thank you, sir. So I have a Fidelity broker account. I would like to purchase some bonds, and I have a QSEP number. The broker says, what is the QSEP number? Now, the first thing the Fidelity broker will ask him, who told you about this bond? This is the pitch to the broker. Well, I have a broker, and I have a high-performance portfolio, and I need to purchase some low-performance bonds so I can offset my taxes. All government bonds are tax-free. You see, Noble Drew Ali said, it takes finances to uplift a nation. And finances in science means a lifeline. You must know how to invest your principal so you will continue to have a residual income when not touching the principal. This is called income stream. What is income stream? An amount of money that keeps coming in or being produced from an investment or by selling products or services. You all do it from January to December. You say, well, Brother Bay, what you talking about? Well, when you're paying that water bill, light bill, phone bill, cable bill, from January to December, when you're paying them those payments, that's what you're giving them, income. And we call it income stream. That company is continually getting residual income from you. This is why I told you you had to be in the trust at the end of the year because you're going to go back and recoup it by doing that 1041 or that 1099 OID. But I suggest you do the 1041 since you're in the trust. You can't do none of this anywhere until you're in the trust. What are the 8 streams of income? Active and passive income stream, diversification, earned income, profit income, interest income, dividend income, rental income, capital gain income. Can you purchase treasury bonds without a broker? If you don't have a brokerage account or would rather buy treasury bonds directly, you need to sign up and create a Treasury Direct account. Once you are set up through your broker or Treasury Direct, you can participate in auction to buy your own securities. You can do all of this while you're in the trust. Now, all right, Mr. Hank, let's go to 7 of 8.
Posted.
Thank you, sir. All claims are not liens, but all liens are claims. What is a notice of claim? You have 180 days to make your claim. When they say the nature of the claim, they want to know how the claim arose. This means you have to give them the event of how it arose, how it came about. Driver's license. If you have a driver's license, you can get the QSEP number on the driver's license. Now, once you get the QSEP number, you can have the broker to get the bond. So what I'm trying to tell y'all, everything is a bond. Everything. Now, let's get into the meaty part of with the politicians. Declaratory judgment complaint in Title 28, USC Section 2201 and 2202. All judges and magistrates are lawyers under this title, and they are not supposed to be sitting on the bench with law degree and bar card members paying bar member dues. I hope you all follow that. This is a conflict of interest. So how are you going to get a fair and impartial hearing when the one sitting the bench is a lawyer from the National Lawyers Guilds Association? He or she has taken an oath to become a judge. So he or she is supposed to retire his or her bar card. This is a judgment to be filed into federal court.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. All right, Brother Hank, let's go to 8 of 8.
Post it.
Title 28 USC Section 455, 2 and 4. Disqualification of justice, judge, or magistrate judge. Small letter A in case. Any justice, judge, or magistrate, judge of the United States shall disqualify himself in any proceeding in which his impartiality might reasonably be questioned. Number 2. Where in private practice he served as a lawyer in the matter in controversy, or a lawyer with whom he previously practiced law served during such association as a lawyer concerning the matter, or the judge or such lawyer has been a material witness concerning it. Are you going to be impartial or unbiased in this case? Judge, you need to recuse yourself, because you are practicing law from the bench as an attorney with a bar number, and you are paying bar member dues with a pecuniary interest in this case, and you took an oath of office saying you will support, protect, and defend the Constitution, and the district attorney is a lawyer as well with a bar number, and he is paying bar membership dues with a pecuniary interest in this case also. So if you all are in there trying to fight your mortgage foreclosure, how would you get a fair trial in this from what I just read to you? All judges on the federal level, state level, local level, all of them are bar card members. There are no real judges. All of them are lawyers, magistrates, administrators. Hope you all follow that. That's what they are. I'm reading it to you. Now, are you all trying to establish putting me on the notice of fiduciary relationship? If so, you are supposed to give the Secretary of the Treasury a notice of your fiduciary relationship or duty on this internal revenue tax proceeding on my behalf with my full consent. And the Secretary of the Treasury has to be notified of an internal revenue tax proceeding. You must receive from the Secretary of the Treasury his bona fide delegation of authority of approval. Brother Hank, you remember the little young brother who was on the testimonies?
Right.
This is what I gave him.
Wow.
And you remember what he said? He said the judge told him he'll recess. And he got up and he walked away.
Whoa. So, okay, that's what happened.
Yes, sir. That's what happened. I told him to do this. I gave him the notes. I gave him the sheet. And I said, go in there and talk to him and tell him about reporting this to the Secretary of the Treasury. See, most of you all and probably know how you all can whoop them. There's several ways I can beat them. You can ask them to certify your right to subrogation. And let me say this. All those, what they classify as criminal or civil, that's not what they are, family. You say, what? That's right. They are not criminal and civil. They are what you call IRS tax proceedings. It's about the tax. Has nothing to do with criminal or civil. If you look up Title 27 USC, I think it's Title 27 CFR or USC, one of them, 72.11. It tells you all crimes are commercial. So you thinking it's criminal or civil cases, but they're not. They are internal revenue tax proceedings. And the judge who's over it, he holds the fiduciary responsibility. You call that desantor. And he has to report that to the Secretary of the Treasury before he can proceed. But he know most people won't know to ask them that. And they will deny it if you ask him, because that's what the young brother said. He told him, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, yes, you do, because you are the fiduciary. You took an oath. You're the trustee. And you're trying to make me the fiduciary when you know you're supposed to report this to the Secretary of the Treasury. This is how I coached them. See, I done been in these courts, family. And this is what I keep trying to tell you all. Don't doubt what I do. I have a different mindset from you all on this stuff. See, you ain't been battle tested like me. See, when a man done been battle tested, ain't much you can tell him. I've been battle tested. Trust me on that. I've been down in the bunker. And I'm going to tell you something. All you ones who's getting your house done, don't think them banks ain't going to send you no letter. But one thing you ain't going to do, you ain't going to run to me like a dog with his tail tucked between the legs. I'm oh, Mr. Big, I got a letter from the bank. So what? Suck it up. You know goddamn well the bank ain't gave you nothing. You see? So either way you come, you're going to either deal with me or you're going to stand up and be a real man and woman and get your freedom and realize that the bank didn't give you a damn thing.
On that note, here's the contact for Professor Bay, Mr. Bay 33169 at gmail.com. Phone number 786-624-8257. And here is, let me make sure I got this up. For those of you who all have Cash App, donate to the brother, because you won't find this information nowhere on YouTube or anywhere else unless you pay for it. Cash App, Dollar Bill Moores 33054, Alfred Thompson. Continue, Professor.
See, what they have to realize is this. So a lot of times we have jewels in our mix, but we don't appreciate them. You know, it's like a diamond in the rough. That diamond don't look good at first sight until you put it under some heat, beat it, put it in the water, keep doing the same old thing, and then it comes out looking like it's supposed to look. You see, I'm not here to take nothing from you all. You know what? And to be frank about it, when I went into that court and got my court order, I could have went on about my business. shut my mouth and went on to say the hell with the rest of them. But see, the Creator a lot of times best knows where to place the message. That's why I read to you what I read to you in the Quran and the Bible. Because I'm not selfish. I'm selfless. I've always been a giver more than a receiver. And really what I'm giving you all, I'm giving y'all straight up 100% undiluted truth. Remedy. See, whether y'all don't go all the way with it or not, it ain't gonna make me no difference. See, because my mindset is I know what the truth is. And whether we go into the court or not, it's not gonna make me no difference. Because I'm gonna win either way. Because I know how to box in that arena. And some of you all gonna get your feet wet in it. Because you're gonna go in there and get that court order. Yeah, I'm gonna be there with you. And you're gonna pay me for my service. If you want my service, you're gonna pay.
Now, if you are some broken down, self-believing Negro filled with self-hate, go on home. Go home. But you're going to acknowledge Professor Bey. You're going to give him the respect because, as Jonas Bey says, all roads lead to court.
All roads leads to court. This gonna be y'all moment in time. It's gonna be y'all time to shine, not my time. I had my time in September 20th of 2018. Nobody even knew I went in. I didn't have nobody standing with me. What does that tell you? No one was there standing with me. I had to explain it to him. And once I explained it to him and he heard me and knew what I was talking about, he said, okay. What you want the name to be, sir? What you want the race to be? What you want the nationality to be? That's what I want them to say to you all. Because I'm going to tell you this. When you done did this trust and all the other stuff, you ain't going I'm not going to let you go any forward until you go in there and get that court order. Now, I hope you heard me say it. I said it on the Hank Show. And if I'm going in there with you as trustee, oh, you gonna pay for that service. See, it's just like
it's worth it. It's worth it.
Just like you run into a lawyer and you got to do the same thing with that lawyer. You got to pay him.
That's it. A consultation, family. We're playing real-time Monopoly.
See, because when I go in there with you, see, you're going to have a little bit more courage. We introduce ourselves to the court because we're going to go into the Chancery Court, Court of Equity. That's where you're going to go and get your court order. And then I'm going to show you when you get that court order, what it's going to do for you, how all the roads are going to start coming open for you. But you ain't got to take my word for it. You're going to get your opportunity. Oh, yeah.
Wow, this is fascinating, Professor.
See, because people say, well, you don't have to go away. I'm not trying to hear what they're talking about. I went in there, so I ain't trying to let nobody else tell me. If it was good for me, it's good for you. You don't have to be afraid. I'm going to show you how to stand up in there. Show you how to talk. We know how to talk it up when we want to go after each other and ridicule each other. So go standing there in front of that black robe who's an attorney and talk your case up and get your court order. So you can get all your remedy that you're supposed to be getting.
And restore your nobility.
To get your title of nobility back.
Thank you.
This is what you're going to do.
Thank you, Professor. This is excellent. Family, remember, To show your gratitude, like this show, subscribe, and share. Anything else, Professor?
Well, I just want to say, you all stay focused, stay hungry, and realize what you're doing is truthful. You're trying to get your land back. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. When this smoke is cleared, a lot of people going to be homeless. A lot of people go, because the banks ain't going to give a shit about whether you're old, crippled, blind. They don't care nothing about that. Right now, if they can do it right now, they'll do it. They're going to put you out. See, all that they told y'all ain't got to pay right now. They put that on the back end for you. They never said you ain't got to pay it. So all you ones who are really intelligent right now, you're doing the right thing. Putting it into the trust. Okay?
That's
all
it.
Right, Brother Hank, that's all I have to say.
That's amazing, family. Give Brother Professor Bay a hand, because that's an excellent presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Much salutations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's the contact information. Phone number 786-624-8257. Email MrBay33169@gmail.com. Cash App. Dollar Bill Moores 33054. Alfred Thompson. And Professor Bay, see you next week. And family, have a marvelous weekend.
Thank you, Brother Hank. Peace to the God and goddesses.
Oops. Here's the closeout.
Say often, yes, I am. Supreme shield of protection surrounding me. Yes, I am. Yes, I am remembering all I was born to do. Yes, I am. Take hold of your crystal, which will magnify your I am affirmations at least 600%. If you don't have a pistol, you better have a